After analyzing the concept of price elasticity of demand, I conclude that this principle is one of the most important tools within microeconomics to understand how consumers react to changes in the price of a good or service. Price elasticity not only explains consumer behavior, but also helps companies and the markets itself make smarter and more strategic decisions. In simple terms, elasticity measures how responsive demand is when the price rises or falls. And although that definition seems simple, its implications are enormous. One of the first things I understood is that not all products react the same. Some goods have a more rigid and almost immovable demand, such as essential medicines, water, or electricity. In those cases, even if the price goes up, people continue buying almost the same thing because they need them to live. On the other hand, there are products whose demands change greatly with a minimal price variation, such as luxuries, brand name clothing, or recreational outings. There, the price does directly influence the consumer's decision. This led me to understand that elasticity is, in a way, a bridge between consumer psychology and economic decisions. It explains why we sometimes see aggressive offers, why some companies never lower prices, or why certain products can go up without fear of losing buyers. In the end, elasticity reveals how much power a company has to modify the price without affecting its sales too much. I also concluded that elasticity is essential for a company to maximize its income. If a company doesn't understand whether its product is elastic or inelastic, it can end up making the wrong decisions. For example, raise the price and lose many customers, or lower it too much and reduce its profits. Therefore, knowing elasticity allows a company to determine whether it is convenient to raise prices, maintain them, or reduce them. Reduce them strategically. In other words, elasticity is a survival tool in competitive markets. Another important point is that elasticity also has a social impact. The government uses it to design selective taxes. For example, when a good is inelastic, such as cigarettes or gasoline, it is usually easier to apply taxes without causing a sudden drop in consumption. This explains why certain goods have such high taxes, because demand remains practically the same, which guarantees income for the state. Understanding elasticity also helps identify where a tax may be unfair or affect vulnerable groups more, which makes this concept very relevant within public policies. Additionally, studying this topic allowed me to see how elasticity changes over time. A product may be inelastic at the beginning, but with more competitors, it may become elastic. Or something that was once luxury can become a necessity. Elasticity is not fixed. It evolves with the technology, culture, fashion, and economy of each country. That makes this concept even more interesting because it shows you how our priorities as a society change. In conclusion, the price elasticity of demand is not just a formula or a mathematical concept within microeconomics. It is a way to understand real decisions, both individual, business, and government. It is a tool that reveals how market works, how consumers behave, and how powerful a price is in altering demand. After studying this topic, I understand that elasticity not only measures the sensitivity of a demand, it also measures the logic, the need, and even the emotion behind each purchase. And this is why I consider it to be one of the most complete and useful concepts within microeconomics. Thank you.